Hello, ladies and gents, an awesome day on this beautiful, beautiful Sunday night. Happy day. Happy good day, as always, Let's get to the main vocal point of tonight's, excuse me. Now that we said, let's get to the main vocal point of tonight's video. So, guys, happy 1 year anniversary of Butler, Pennsylvania, the day that almost ended President Donald Trump's life. I cannot believe it's been 1 year since the assassination attempt on President Trump's life. I know there was a second assassination attempt, but that one wasn't as big. Butler, Pennsylvania, was a crazy day in my personal opinion. I cannot believe it's been 1 year. I feel like the day was just yesterday, which is absolutely crazy in my opinion. It's how time flies. Time snaps like this. Absolutely crazy how fast time flies in my personal opinion. And also, guys, the Secret Service on the day. I know we got the great photo of President Trump, which is easily going to be like one of the best photos in like U.S. history, maybe even world history. Besides that, which at the Secret Service in that aim, I think they looked pretty good. Except for that, Secret Service was terrible. Why Thomas Matthew Crook should not be able to be on the roof? There should be guards guarding that roof at all times. But no, he was able to just climb on the roof, and no one. Of course they did. The good news, at least they shot him as soon as they took bullets. I think he was dead immediately after, which at least they did that. But he should not be able to climb on that roof. There should have been Secret Service guards all over that. But no, they just allowed him to do that. I don't get who does that. Who does that? In my personal opinion, that's absolutely crazy. Why was the Secret Service not guarding that? Why were they not guarding that warehouse, which he was to climb on that slope roof and just shoot at President Trump like it's nothing? What are we doing, Secret Service? We got to be better. It was 2024, and now it's 2025. Let's hope it's better. But it was 2024, and why was the Secret Service not guarding every single building? Thomas Matthew Crook shouldn't be able to do that. I'm glad they did shoot him. As soon as they figure out he did shoot President Trump, that's a good thing. But he should never be able to climb on that roof. That's absolutely ridiculous. He should have been shot down, and that should never have been on the news, in my personal opinion. That's absolutely crazy. And the Secret Service was so terrible on that day. I know we got the greatest photo of President Trump in probably U.S. history, one of the best photos in U.S. history, with his fists in the air saying, "Fight, fight, fight." Yes, that was a great photo. Easily going to be one of the most memorable photos in all of history. Maybe not world, maybe world history. Definitely U.S. history, absolutely. But I just don't get why the Secret Service was so terrible on that day. It was absolutely crazy. Also, it was the last rally before the RNC, which was on that Monday. And it was also the last rally before he picked his running mate, which ended up becoming the senator out of Ohio, J.D. Vance. And now he is vice president of the United States because Donald Trump ended up winning the election later that November against former Vice President Kamala Harris. But people were saying, because at the time Joe Biden was still technically the Democrat nominee, he was like the front runner for the Democrat nomination. It was like that was like 2 weeks after the disaster Trump-Biden debate when Biden just absolutely just choked the bed in that debate. It was like 2 weeks later, and then someone tried to assassinate President Trump. It was a crazy, in my opinion, absolutely crazy day. Butler, Pennsylvania was absolutely crazy. In my personal opinion, I think you guys agree. Butler, Pennsylvania was a crazy day. I can't believe it's been 1 year since the assassination attempt on President Trump. Absolutely crazy. It was technically still former president at the time, but absolutely crazy. We also lost the life Cory Booker. I'm not Cory Booker, but I think his name was Cory. He died. He sacrificed his family. Absolutely great man. I loved what Trump did at the RNC, honoring him. I think it was great what he did at the RNC. That was memorable to me. I think that's great. He sacrificed himself. And that's terrible, man. He's a great guy. I could tell that guy was a great guy. And Thomas Matthew Crooks did was terrible. People were saying, "Oh, Thomas Matthew Crooks is a Republican." Yeah, who assassinated? I know people saying he was a registered Republican. I don't think he was even old enough to vote in the 2020 election with Trump and Biden. I believe he voted for Nikki Haley in the Republican primaries against Donald Trump back when the primary season was going on earlier in that year in 2024. I think he did vote for Nikki Haley in the primary. But I don't think it really matters too much, in my opinion. I know people were saying that. It's like, it doesn't matter. I mean, it doesn't really matter. He's definitely, I don't get you could say he's Republican, because who assassinates someone on their own party? That doesn't even make any sense, in my opinion. The guy was also 20 years old. It's not like we're dealing with this elite gunman. No, this guy was like 20 years old. And yeah, I believe he had a rifle. Why the Secret Service? Why are we hiring a 20-year-old who probably just bought his first rifle in his life, able to almost assassinate maybe the next president of the United States at the time. That's I think that's crazy. Why? They should have shot him down. I think there should have been guards all over that tower. Actually, every tower, every single rally. There should be towers everywhere. And I think that should be the case. Absolutely crazy. And also, I believe the Secret Service chief, she was terrible. Absolutely terrible. She was so bad, she had to resign. Absolutely garbage when she was a terrible Secret Service chief. She said, "Oh, we couldn't build guards on that roof because it was sloped." Every other roof was sloped, and I think there was guards on those. I think there was. So just a terrible excuse by the chief. And anyway, there should be guards on every single one of them. Doesn't matter in my personal opinion. Why was there no guards on that roof for Thomas? Why is that the case? There should be Secret Service everywhere around the outside perimeters. It should not. It should be this Trump camp. I don't care what side of the aisle on. I don't care if you hate Donald Trump or you love him or you love Kamala Harris or you hate love Kamala Harris. Whatever. Doesn't matter. I don't care. We need to be able to have a peaceful political rally and not be able to have guns and try to assassinate presidential candidates. We don't. Politics are met at free speech, like on the internet, not by guns. We don't do that in our politics. Politics should not be like that. Politics should not be that deep, where you need to be able to shoot someone you disagree with politically. That's the dumbest thing I ever heard. No, we need to come to the dinner table and at least have a talk, not using violence. We need talk, not violence. I don't care what side of the political aisle. That does not matter to me. It's irrelevant. We need to be able to come together. Both Democrats and Republicans should be able to come together and have a political discussion, not using guns to hurt political candidates. And I shouldn't have to say this, but sadly, that's just how it works. People take politics so seriously now. Oh, we need to assassinate. I don't care if you like Donald Trump or Kamala Harris. I don't care. We should not be using political violence. Never. Absolutely not. I think we need to do better as a society at that. As just a society. I don't care what political spectrum, no. And I cannot believe it's been 1 year since the Trump assassination. Absolutely crazy day. And let's hope this just never happens again. You don't see this every day. I think they assassinated JFK in 1963. And I did believe they tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan. I think that was the last assassination attempt, I believe. Could be wrong, but I think Ronald Reagan, yeah, he was the last assassination attempt, I believe. I could be wrong, though, so correct me if I'm wrong in the comment section. But anyway, guys, we need to get back to a normal political conversation, not using violence. I hope people, whatever you do, don't take politics that seriously. We're going to hurt someone because of their political beliefs. Don't do that. Never. Politics is not that serious where you need to grab guns and shoot someone because of it. If you disagree with politics, argue about the dinner table. That's fine. I don't care. But please, whatever, Republican, Democrat, doesn't matter. Please do not use violence. Use words. There's no reason to be shooting people because they disagree politically. That's the most insane argument ever. That's dumb, in my personal opinion. But anyway, guys, I've rambled on too long in this video. Thanks for watching. See you guys later. Cannot believe it's been 1 year since the President Trump assassination attempt in Butler, Pennsylvania. See you guys later. Happy Sunday night. Bye-bye.